Welcome back, everybody. Bloodlust Knight here to showcase you with the World of Warships video. Showcasing you the Jean Bart. Now, everyone knows about the Jean Bart in World of Warships for those of you that play it. Tier 9 French premium battleship. It was released several years back as a coal ship. So you had two options. You could straight up buy the Jean Bart for an expensive amount, get upwards of almost $90, or if you're able to save enough coal, you're able to get the ship for free. Now, the issue with the Jean Bart, why it became so basically legendary status at the time it was released, well, it's a ridiculously powerful ship. To even this day, it is still ridiculously powerful. The Jean Bart, the thing about the Jean Bart, it's only got two front forward quad turrets that you can control. The rest on the back are all secondaries. Now, the quad turrets are huge, so 380 millimeters. The other thing that's also interesting about the Jean Bart, it has, of course, as all battleships, they have a heel. It has a reload booster for a French battleship, and has an engine boost, which is very, very helpful for it to maneuver around, as well as quickly going back, maneuvering your ship to the right position to only face bow forward towards the enemies. Because after all, your guns are only in the front. There's no reason for you to be broadside to everything. If you're broadside with this ship, you're going to get citadeled quite easily. It has very, very little armor, and its citadel is noticeably a little high. But it just bow tanks a lot of things, and will just shoot you back real fast. Now, the interesting thing about the Jean Bart is one weakness before you get an equipment or before they did a buff. The turrets were way too easy to destroy. But now with the things that have changed over time, the turrets are actually a lot more difficult to destroy. Even with the equipment, they're almost impossible. Now, we're going to go off and you're going to see something crazy here that I have done with the Jean Bart. Which, of course, is like, yeah, crazy, not noticeable. It's not breaking any world records. There have been tons of people who've done some seriously just stupid things with this ship because it's so powerful. Now, if you're wondering about the color of it and why there's a B at the end of mine on the name, well, this is known as the Jean Bart Black. It is one of the many Black Friday ships. So every year on November's, they've been doing it for several years now, they will release 4 to 6 new ships in the Black Friday series. So, as you saw, I already got a Citadel on the Mogami. One hit, that's it. 11,900, that's a hard hit. Try getting the Heisen there, or Heisen. 12,344, really, really solid. I never have it to where it's so solid most of the times with this shot. RNG, for those of you who watch me, RNG is always against me in this game. Just completely against me. So sadly, hit the island, but at least one turret went over to try and get that down squay out of here. Now, instead of going back to try and get broadside shots in there, I decided to move forward. I'm like, I think, even though I got more teammates over on the sea cap, I was thinking, I'm going to go over there and help my team get rid of all that. So that's what I do. I just go over to C-Cap just to help my team to win on that side, try and get a dominant side on any of the maps. Now, another thing with Jean Bart, the sad thing is it was available for coal for free, and because of that, a lot of people got this ship. Realizing how powerful this battleship is, everyone had it, and then it was just flooding the matchmaking. You could not play a tier 8 without facing at least 3 of these. It was very bad. So instead of nerfing the ship because it came in and became way too powerful than thought, instead of, I don't know, nerfing it to balance it out so it's not flooding the matchmaking, nah. What does Wargaming do, or particularly in World of Warships, what does it do? Well, let's stop letting people grab more Jean Barts. The more Jean Barts in, the worse it is. Okay. Well, that didn't help, because everyone who already got the Jean Bart, well, they get to keep the Jean Bart. So when they got rid of it, unfortunately, Jean Barts were still flooding matchmaking. Now nobody can get it to compete against them. All because they wouldn't nerf it. It's like, it's a premium, they can't nerf it. It's like, you can nerf this one, you had it out for free. Nope, just make it to where nobody else gets it. I unfortunately did not get the regular Jean Bart at that time. I had just started I wasn't even that far in, nor was I getting enough coal, so I didn't know how to get all the coal as fast as possible, as many other people did, especially since I used most of mine. Oh, oh, that was a nasty hit. 30,000, double Citadel, never go broadside to a battleship. Even a battleship. Another 12,000. There goes most of his health. He was not happy at me. Now, I couldn't get the Jean Bart when it was out in cold because I had just spent it before the Musashi was removed. So I couldn't recover coal in time. I could never get the ship. Then, next year, the following year, because when this was removed, it was about the time they first did the first round of Black Friday ship. So the first 4 came out: Otago, Tirpitz, Massachusetts, and Asashio. All tier 8s. The following year... Oh, another... that poor Eason. I'm sorry, man. Already at 86,000 4 Citadels. And they're already now down by 4 ships to our 1. Oh, man, that poor Eason. So... the following year after that, the second year they did Black Friday series ships, they unleashed another 4, and it was Atlanta, Sims. I don't remember what the tier 8 was. It was a cruiser, but the battleship, Jean Bart. We were just, many of us were baffled. Literally about a year later, they stopped, you could no longer get the regular Jean Bart, and then it's like, oh, here it is as a Black Friday ship. And you're like, you're joking. So all you have to do is get on, buy the containers, because that was the only way to get it at the time, or the whole set, which you had to buy all 8. You could still get the Jean Bart. I'm like, yeah, this is not going to be boding well for matchmaking. Don't play tier 8s for a while. And Lord and behold, after the Black Friday series, you couldn't play tier 8s for a while. Jean Bart Bs were everywhere. So it was just kind of counterintuitive. Don't sell it anymore. Everyone's flooding the matchmaking. But then, oh, but we're going to sell it for a Black Friday. It was greed. It's just greed at that point. And they're doing that with several other ships right now. But that's going to be another topic. Let's get back in to this round of the Jean Bart and what I did. Because I'm just going to tell you this right now, the spoiler alert. This is the best... Oh, there's a sub. This is the best match I've ever done on Jean Bart. So that's spoilers. Oh no. Oops. Sub is right there, now pinging me and realizing that I am within range with him. So that's one problem with the Jean Bart, is that its depth charge range is extremely small, only 6 kilometers. Unfortunately for the sub, he has no idea that I am a master beatboxer of dodging torpedoes. So that's one good thing about having the engine boost on the Jean Bart, is situations like that you can rapid tap and just dodge torps. Now, yes, here we go again. The Kearsarge, same problem just like the Heathen did. Broadside to a Jean Bart. And this is where the reload booster does. You save your reloaded boosters for situations like this. 17,000, no citadels, but 17,000, and the sub surfaces. I immediately go into attack mode on the sub. Citadeled and destroyed the Kearsarge. Never go broadside to a Jean Bart. He is going to annihilate you really fast. Now there's depth charge. I got another depth charge there on the sub. He's still alive. And then I focus on the Mogami. Now, here's the sad thing. I have no idea what this U-boat was doing, because he just sat there. I figured he beached, but then sat there and waited for me, because he didn't move after this. So that second round of depth charge didn't hit him because he beached. He didn't move. And so I'm like, okay, what's going on? And he's not moving. So then I'm like, okay, well, I'm within proxy range. I'm going to get rid of him as fast as I can. And then there's Mogami again. So I wait for the opportunity here to see if Mogami will turn again, and he is. Another flood, this time perma, on the U-boat. Try to get Mogami, and like good old-fashioned what RNG usually does with me, I don't kill him and only get 2 overpens and 1 pen. So I get another opportunity. He's not moving. I don't know what happened. I thought he gave up or was just intentionally waiting there for me to... thought I was going to go forward. But with engine boost, I stopped in time. Mogami appears again. I realize he's going slow to try and trick me. I'm like, I fell for that many times. There goes the U-boat for kill number 2. And sadly, the Mogami, because he went slow, there's kill number 3, and there's a double strike. Already, and then, ooh, what's this? A broadside Colorado? Say it ain't so. Seeing the Colorado backing up, and he's basically now instantly tapped forward to get away because he realized I'm coming around. Too late. Ouch. He did hit me really hard right there, though, and got me 2 fires. So I got rid of that, started healing. My first heal. High caliber, right there. 165,000 damage. 165,000, and it hasn't even been 15 minutes into the match yet. It's only been halfway. I couldn't believe how much. Another 11,000. I was just getting shots left and right on these guys. Now, here's the sad part. Here comes the Colossus. I was with this Colossus the match previously in a different ship. Now I'm facing him. This is where I would say the Colossus should have basically went and focused me. But again, you have no idea. He didn't realize a lot of things. So one, he didn't anticipate that I would do this well in the Jean Bart, which I can't blame him. I would agree, be like, look, hey man, not your fault. This is the one in like 500 matches RNG favors me. Now, with this, Colossus sees I'm the one furthest ahead and finds out that I am the one just annihilating the team. As soon as high caliber pops and he comes up, sees me, we're going to see here him focusing me down to try and get rid of me, finding out that I was the one causing all this and making our team win. Even though I'm not the sole reason we won, we did have quite a bit over down in A where they actually did take out a few of them. Pop up, North Carolina shows up, and again, here's the Colossus again. So yeah, everyone hates facing CVs because of this. And the Colossus is the one spotting me, seeing me, and then Colossus does need a nerf. It needs a serious nerf. There is a reason they make Colossus instantly into a rare CV. You can no longer get it. Talk about a CV on the levels of the other famous rare overpowered CV, the Enterprise. Yep, just coming and bombarding me. I'm asking like, hey, I need anti-air. I got rid of that just so he won't burn me down. And those are torps from the Oland. Believe it or not, that came from A. Now, this is where we're going to see... He's not going... North Carolina's going to make a space take here. Ooh! Another big hit with the Citadel, and there's the Confederate achievement. He's not going full broadside to not make it that easy for me to Citadel, but he is relatively in a distance to where I'm just hitting him for 10,000 per shot. So, had he bow tanked, I would have struggled against North Carolina. North Carolina is actually really good bow tanking. But, just as that, there's another double Citadel, 31,000, and Charles Martel finishes him off. Now, here's a good thing with the... Again, engine boost, really good with this. I could not dodge all of them, but I did only take one. Sadly, it did give me a flood. And I'm not usually running flood flags, because that normally doesn't happen with me. So I can go in chat saying, hey, Charles Martel, get closer to me. The Colossus is focusing me down, because what I was worried about... I mean, look where I'm at. Double strike, high caliber, Confederate, 3 kills, 10 Citadels, 244,000 damage. It is the most I have ever done on the Jean Bart. And I was telling the Charles Martel to come help me get rid of... just get rid of these aircraft, because he's focusing me, and I thought that if I died, I did not know how well the Minnesota and Bismarck were. I haven't seen them do much at all in this match. So I was afraid that if I died, we'd lose, because I was against this Colossus, and the last match I was with him, we did very well and dominated the enemy team. So I was worried that because the Colossus is an overpowered ship and I was with this guy and know what he did, I was afraid that he was going to focus me down, destroy me, kill me, get rid of me, and then he would have free reign to take out the rest. That's what I was afraid of. When I still need to last as long as possible, get rid of the Donskoy and Oland. So Charles Martel got closer. We were taking out some of the planes, but then Charles Martel, as you see on the map, well, he accidentally went further that way. So I'm like, oh no, he's separated and now he's about to die. Because one problem with the Colossus, it has AP rockets. And we're not going to see it here, but he's just going to annihilate the Charles Martel. So he does one shot, he's going to turn around and take him out. Because the AP rockets on the Colossus, for some reason, is far superior than the German ones, and the Germans are supposed to do that. But that's the Colossus for you, overpowered. Trying to come up and get rid of the Donskoy, because I'm like, okay, Donskoy's got to go. He set me on fire, he's the fire starter. Olin's staying hidden. So, okay, get the Donskoy. One pen, I'm like, okay, hang on, I missed. Then I realized, oh, he's going to a full stop. So I did that in case he goes forward again. I'm literally moving and dodging because here comes the Colossus once again, but then Donskoy's gone. I see Olin Torps. I'm like, uh-oh, this is coming. I had to DCP that fire when it was almost done to prevent him from getting any more fires, and thankfully he didn't kill me there. Went all the way down to 768 HP. Now here's the Olin, open fire, try and take him out. Nope, don't finish him off there. And now I'm putting all my attention on the Olin, because if the Olin goes, he's the last DD in the match. He goes, then it's guaranteed, because then the Bismarck, Minnesota has nothing to worry about against, except for an overpowered CV. Fired one more round, and there's Kraken unleashed. Here comes Colossus once again, coming at me with the AP rockets this time, and I am broadside him. Uh-oh. Now, thankfully it doesn't shoot as fast as the German ones, but it can still hurt if I was staying broadside. Alright. There he is. He's the last one. I'm gunning for it. Now, despite doing all this, there's my mistake. I forgot that Olin's Torps were in that range. I thought he already fired them. He had one just in time and came after me. Now, wasn't able to basically have the Colossus free reign to get rid of me. But it was a mistake. I forgot about Olin Torps. Completely blanked it. After all, I mean, look what I did. 257,000, Kraken Unleashed, Confederate, High Caliber, Double Strike, 10 Citadels. The most insane match I have ever done in this ship. And that was just a reference from the last round because, again, I was with the Colossus. Now I'm against the Colossus. Now, what I got to say about here is that, thankfully, because the Colossus didn't realize of how big of a threat I was to the main team, it wasn't really revealed until I got High Caliber in the Double Strike. Because once I got the Double Strike, next shot, I hit the Colorado, High Caliber came up, then Colossus went almost full town to take me out. But thankfully, I was able to... So he's just a GG, just did a new record, which I will reveal here later after the match. So yeah, that's the Jean Bart. It's still, to this day, even with all the new ships coming in, Jean Bart is still on top for tier 9s. It is. And I got a lot of the tier 9 premiums. I even have the Georgia, which is another rare ship that was coal and they got rid of it. Because Georgia started flooding matchmaking, and Georgia is very strong. Georgia is like a Jean Bart with bigger guns, but one in the rear. And there we go, Yorktown finishes Colossus victory. And here with this, I'm going to go right ahead and show you the battle results. There we go. That was taking a while. So here's the results that I got from it. Just crazy. Just crazy results. So again, got Confederate, which is damaged 6 or more enemy ships, dealing at least 20% of their base HP. You can pretty much say I did well more than 20% on their HP in almost all of them. Because High Caliber proves that, where you damage 4 or more enemy ships, and it must deal at least 30% of total HP, which the 10 Citadels proved I did way more than that. Kraken Unleashed for destroying 5 enemy ships in one battle, and of course Double Strike for killing 2 within 10 seconds of each other, which was the submarine from destroying with the depth charges, and then the Mogami right after that, after calculating that he slowed down. So there was the Double Strike. And like I said, as soon as I got Double Strike and then hit that Colorado High Caliber, that's when Colossus just went to town and tried to get me out of here, because I was then the biggest threat. So that was one thing. I know I've met some people, some players, even myself, that done that, where if I was in the Colossus position and actually saw that, I would have been like, oh crap, I messed up. I did not realize that Jean Bart was the biggest threat, having all the luck possible. Because again, with me doing the massive damage on the Kearsarge and massive damage on the Heezen, I did not kill them, and none of the medals popped up. So it really was like kind of hidden if you were paying attention in that method. So sometimes you have to keep an eye and go, okay, why you want to keep an eye on the map as a CV? If he kept an eye on the map in the CV, he would have seen, hey, our team died over there and there's a Jean Bart near full health. What the? It was like, yeah, the Jean Bart was the one. If he said something and they communicated, they would say, Jean Bart's the one that's destroying us. You got to get him. So that was another element that I was lucky that he didn't focus me in the beginning, which gave me this opportunity and taking the mistakes of the Kearsarge, Hazen, and North Carolina, where they were broadside to me. Now, other things about it too, the record that I broke, it's not the credits, 3.6 mil. No, that was not the most credits. The most credits I got was in the Montana. Still don't know how I did that. It was not aircraft shot down. That's holding by Gneisenau now. And it was not the damage, despite that being huge that a lot of us have trouble getting. 257,000, that is not my record. Highest damage record I have is the Montana at over 268,000. Now, they don't hold records for free experience, it's too easy, but they do hold record for experience, not total amount here. Not total amount. It's based off of a certain experience threshold you get with base experience, and it's calculated weird. So here you'll see this. It was experience. 2,973. Now there's other calculations that get thrown in for a total amount of right here. So it includes the ship XP bonus package. It's basically right here. Earned for the battle, 4,906. That is the new record I got. That is the highest record XP I have on all the ships I have played. And this is why I say it kind of gets skewed in. Because it would have been 2,973, but because I have premium, 4,906. So that's the new record I have with the Jean Bart, it's the highest experience. Whereas previously it was the Montana. You can see where I'm going at. The Montana is I love the Montana. It's amazing ever since they buffed it. It is way too powerful and ridiculously accurate. Do not let a Montana look at you from far away, broadside to one. It will hit you. It is extremely accurate. Now, that's not saying Jean Bart can't do it, but it came close. As you can see, it came close. It was 11,000 damage away. Only 11,000. If I did not die to the Olin and got to the Colossus, I would have passed the damage record. But my mistake, I forgot Olin head torps. Common mistake there. I was just in the zone, could not believe what I was doing. Just insane. So, right there on top, 2,973. Let me know what you think about this match. Do you have the Jean Bart? The Jean Bart or the Jean Bart B? Let me know down in the comments if you have it. Let me know if you love the Jean Bart. And if you don't have it, I can give you pointers right now. So the only way to get the regular Jean Bart is through the Christmas containers, which at the time of this recording is only available for at least another couple days and then it's gone. So you have to wait till next year for that. Or a super container, which is extremely rare to get the ship from that. Those are the only ways to get the regular Jean Bart. Jean Bart B, you have to wait till Black Friday. It is a Black Friday variant ship. And every time you go, they always do the Black Friday containers where you can get all the Black Friday ships in there that you don't have. Or if you have a ton of money, if they do a giant package, you can get them all at once. But I do mean a ton of money. It's been several years and they've always released at least 4 to 6 new ships. So that's one way of getting the Jean Bart. This is basically the only ways of getting the Jean Bart. So hopefully, if you can, if not, unfortunately, you're not going to get the Jean Bart since it's no longer going to come back. So yeah, let me know if you have the Jean Bart. Let me know if you love it, and let me know down in the comments what kind of high records did you have in the Jean Bart. They don't have to be the best records you have, just the best records in the Jean Bart. How? Let me know if you also done things crazier than this. Now, don't worry about the 3.6 million credits. That was because I had a nice big credit boost. But let me know down in the comments what you have done to Jean Bart. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more video content like this. And you can also follow me on my other channel, twitch.tv/bloodlustnight, if you want to see matches like this live. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe. And until then, I will see you next time.